knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Gabriela Bouvier. And her opponent across the ring, fighting tonight out of the red corner. She comes to the ring wearing black with red and weighed in officially at 124.6 pounds. A native of Paris, France, she is now fighting out of Montreal, Quebec, Canada. She had a stellar amateur career and now as a professional has 7 wins with just 1 defeat. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Caroline Sweet Pluma Veyre. Your referee in charge is Ben Rodriguez.
Fighting for the World Boxing Council with the Continental Federation. We have instructions. You know what I expect. We have my commands and protect yourself at all times.
The crowd roared with anticipation as 2 fierce competitors stepped into the ring. Caroline Veyre, representing Canada, and Gabriela Bouvier, hailing from Uruguay. This wasn't just any bout. This was a clash between experience, grit, and technical brilliance. From the very beginning, fans around the world knew this fight would be one to remember. Round 1 opened with high energy. Caroline Veyre came out composed, light on her feet, using her jab to control the distance. Gabriela, known for her aggressive approach, marched forward with power punches. Right away, it was clear this was going to be a battle of styles. The slick, technical boxing of Veyre versus the raw aggression of Bouvier. Caroline landed crisp jabs and moved laterally, keeping Gabriela at bay. But Bouvier wasn't deterred. She continued to push forward, occasionally catching Veyre with looping hooks. The first round ended with both fighters having their moments, but Veyre's cleaner shots might have given her the edge. Round 2 saw Gabriela change her tactics. She started cutting off the ring better, not allowing Caroline to move as freely. She targeted the body, aiming to wear down the more mobile fighter. Caroline, though, stayed composed. She returned fire with combinations, especially the 1-2 down the middle, finding Bouvier's chin more often than not. By the end of the second, sweat was flying, gloves were clashing, and the tension was rising. The judges surely had their work cut out for them. The pace was relentless, and neither woman showed any sign of backing down. In the 3rd round, the bout took a dramatic turn. Gabriela managed to back Caroline into the ropes and unleashed a flurry of punches, a clear message that she was here for war. But Veyre, unfazed, covered up smartly and countered with sharp uppercuts and hooks. She slipped out and returned to center ring, landing another clean combination that had the crowd cheering. The fight continued to build in intensity. In the 4th round, both fighters had picked up the pace even more. Caroline was working angles beautifully, frustrating Bouvier at times. She would jab, slip, and pivot, a masterclass in movement. Gabriela, however, was still dangerous. In the closing seconds of the round, she landed a thunderous overhand right that snapped Caroline's head back. It was the biggest punch of the fight so far. As we moved into the middle rounds, 5 and 6, fatigue began to show, but neither fighter let up. Caroline's corner kept reminding her to keep the distance and not get drawn into a brawl, while Gabriela's coach screamed for more pressure. And pressure she brought. The exchanges were getting more heated, more personal. Bouvier's relentless style was paying off. She was starting to land more frequently. Caroline, though, responded like a true warrior, doubling down on her footwork and landing eye-catching countershots. The crowd was loving every second. The atmosphere in the arena was electric. By round 7, it was anyone's fight. Gabriela had the edge in aggression, but Caroline's precision and ring IQ were making just as much of an impression. They were trading in the pocket, neither woman taking a backward step. It was raw, it was real, it was boxing at its finest. The energy in the arena was electric as fans eagerly awaited the showdown between Caroline Veyre of Canada and Gabriela Bouvier of Uruguay. This wasn't just another bout, It was a test of endurance, strategy, and raw grit. From the moment the first bell rang, the contrast in fighting styles became clear. Veyre brought her technical precision and Olympic pedigree, while Bouvier relied on power, pressure, and a relentless forward march. Round 1 set the tone. Veyre used her jab with pinpoint accuracy, circling Bouvier with quick footwork, refusing to stay stationary for long. Bouvier, however, wasn't fazed. She absorbed shots and responded with heavy counters, aiming to break Veyre's rhythm early. The crowd roared every time fists clashed, with neither woman backing down. As rounds progressed, the intensity only grew. Veyre's corner urged her to stay mobile, reminding her that Bouvier thrived in close-range exchanges. Meanwhile, Bouvier's team pushed her to cut off the ring, close the distance, and turn the bout into a brawl. By round 4, both strategies were on full display. Veyre landed clean combinations from range, but Bouvier's body shots began to take a toll. By the middle rounds, fatigue started to creep in, but so did the drama. In round 6, Bouvier backed Veyre into the ropes, landing a punishing right hook to the body that had the audience gasping. Veyre clinched to recover, then responded with a stunning 3-punch combo that snapped Bouvier's head back. It was pure heart versus finesse, a chess match laced with thunder. As we entered the championship rounds, it became a question of will. Veyre's movement began to slow, allowing Bouvier to land more frequently, especially to the midsection. But every time it seemed momentum had shifted, Veyre found another gear, firing crisp shots with the kind of timing that silenced doubters. Round 9 saw Veyre land a beautifully timed uppercut that stopped Bouvier in her tracks, followed by a flurry that had fans on their feet. The 10th and final round was pure chaos. Both fighters knew it could come down to the final exchanges. Veyre danced just outside the pocket, landing jabs and staying slick. Bouvier, showing incredible toughness, pressed forward, swinging with everything she had left. The bell rang as both women stood toe-to-toe, trading punches like it was their last fight on earth. The decision wasn't easy. Judges had to weigh Veyre's technical dominance against Bouvier's aggression and damage. As the scores were read aloud, tension filled the air. In the end, it was a split decision, Veyre edging it out by the narrowest of margins. While Veyre had her hand raised, both fighters emerged victorious in the eyes of fans. It was a war of wills, one that will be remembered not for controversy, but for the heart, skill, and unforgettable determination displayed by 2 warriors in the ring.
Of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards, and all 3 judges, Patrick Schmidt, Gerard White, and Cornelia Stevenson, are in agreement. They all scored the same, 100 to 90, all in favor of your winner by unanimous decision. And now the women's WBC International Featherweight Champion,